Okay, so the next thing that I want to talk about is hunter safety. So Karima and I went and basically, I have to cover it up because it's got my information on it, but we got our hunter safety course done recently for the state of Florida. So basically what that just means is that you have the right to buy, or the privilege I should say, to buy a hunting license to hunt deer and animals and things like that. You can't just go out and shoot them because biologists and ecologists need to observe those populations of animals and make sure that they're all healthy. So just a note on this, touch on this real quick. Everybody has this idea that if humans just went away, everything would, come to this balance. And while that's a fun idea and a good notion, humans are here, and so they affect the ecosystem. And so we have to actively be aware of our effect on the ecosystem, and things like farming, for example. The deers eat the corn, and all of a sudden deers are huge, massive numbers all over the country, and actually need to be hunted more in a lot of places. I mean, up in the northeast, like New York, Pennsylvania, that whole area, like there's more deer than they know what to do with, and people die all the time in car accidents from hitting deer because there's too many. There's other reasons for that, like not having as many natural predators around or whatever. But anyways, all that to say is hunting's a good thing for managing wildlife population. It's like the biggest reason why we do it, and that's another reason why I call it a privilege. And that's why you need to get tags, is if there isn't enough deer to hunt and people are still killing them, then that can threaten the existence of deer in that region, and they would either have to be reintroduced or they could go extinct, like certain species of animals have in the past from overhunting, very close to making bison extinct in North America, and a few other species from market hunting back in the 1700s. It's a whole nother story. Anyways, we went and got our hunter safety course done, and a big part of that was me listening to the podcast Meat Eater, which I was introduced to on the Joe Rogan podcast. It's a pretty awesome podcast. They also have a TV show on Netflix. Steven Rinella is pretty much the brains behind the operation as far as I can tell, and he is just like, he's a hunter first and foremost, lifetime hunter, fisherman, whatever you want to call it, extremely educated dude, got his degrees in college in media, and so he's written books, he has the TV show, the podcast, everything is run from a media perspective, and it's all very lifestyle based, just like a gym would be, or just like anything that's like lifestyle, recreational wise, like but he's very everything that he does very methodical, very thought out, and he has like a group of guys that are in this media company with him that they all do it with, and he's got characters, he tells stories, he's got cookbooks, he writes books on hunting history, like the buffalo, whatever. But it's all just, it's not rednecky. It's not like, crinkling beer cans and shooting every animal you see. Like, he has biologists and ecologists on his podcast, and he has historians, he has chefs, he has people who design gear, just recreational outdoors, like every facet of it he tries to educate people on by having experts in the field on about that subject. And so all that to say is I've been listening to the podcast for a couple of years now, and it just felt right to finally get my hunting license. I don't really feel threatened enough to need a concealed weapons permit, but with the hunting license in Florida, I think it's national too, because you do the NRA course. You can use that course, the field day that you do, as the actual field day for your concealed weapons permit. So I don't know if you need any more training per se, but I know that with the hunting license, it can double as the class for your concealed weapons permit, which is really cool. Which I think you still would need more training and education of the laws behind a concealed weapons permit. So I wouldn't just do the hunter safety course and then get my concealed weapons permit. But all that to say is, the course was super fun, super interactive. It's, I would say, 10 to 8 hours, so it's pretty thorough on what you learn between guns, between animals, between laws, between where the money goes in hunting, because all that money goes back into conservation. Doesn't just, it goes into conservation to make hunting better for everyone, and it's a privilege again. So the NRA, in my opinion, I don't know, I didn't take any of the other courses obviously, but the NRA had a great course. It was me and Karima both did it together because you have to take a test, and it's pretty extensive, but they kept it engaging and interactive. The format was pretty much the same throughout, but I wouldn't say it was the same. They had sections based on all those different topics, and it was just engaging. It was very interactive, engaging, thoughtful. Like, it wasn't like here's the same information displayed the same way over and over and over again. And yeah, I don't know, it was very educational, very fun. We had a great time doing it. I highly recommend it. We're in Pinellas, and so our regional office for the field day is at Tanner Shooting Range, which is like, I think I would say by where would I say it's by? I don't know. It's like an hour north west east. It's like an hour northeast of here, I think. Yeah, an hour northeast-ish around from here. But it's all free. So you take the 10-hour course, it's free. You sign up for the field day. You go out, you take your test. It's designed for like 12 and 13-year-olds, so it's super easy. And then you shoot a shotgun and you shoot a .22 bolt-action rifle, both very simple. And yeah, you get your hunter's permit, hunter's license. It was a really great time. It was really cool. I definitely learned a lot about how Florida handles their wildlife that I had no clue about before. It's very engaging. So I mean, yeah, if you have that time and if you're like semi-interested, it's totally worth it. It was a great time. It's like a day, it's like a half a day over there. And it was just really educational, really fun. Anybody looking for something to do, I highly recommend doing it. So, hunter safety courses, go do it.